All right, let's talk about double hand collar grab defense, hands together. So this is probably going to be less common of a grip, but when my opponent grabs and his hands are together, I can no longer shoot my hand through for the hip throw. So to deal with this, we're just going to do a grip break. And so in order to do this, I've got to pass my hand to the far side. And some important details on this, I need my thumb pointing across, so my palm is going to be facing directly towards me. What this does is it puts my radius in contact with his arm. A common mistake on this is to pass with my thumb pointing to me, and there's not as solid a frame here, so when I push, it doesn't connect and transfer that energy quite as well as when I point the thumb directly in. Another mistake I see a lot is the thumb being too low so that I can't grab my own wrist here. So I need to put my thumb high enough that I can put my 4 fingers right there on my wrist. So you don't want to go super high to where there's a lot of give here, but I don't want to be so low to where I can't really grab my own forearm here, my own wrist. So we want the thumb about high enough to where my 4 fingers can fit there, and that's about perfect. So I want that right on his wrist, okay, not too low here, right on the wrist, 4 fingers, thumb pointing the direction I'm pushing this. So on this side, I just want to frame so that my elbow is pushing in. If my elbow is low, I'm not transferring the energy efficiently here either. So this is how I'm pushing. So opponent grabs, of course I'm always blocking the punch. If he winds up to T position, hip throw, okay. Finding my base here, hand comes under, grab. I'm going to open the toes here, leg comes up. When this leg comes up, I want it at least above the knee, but I always feel more secure and really more stable here when I've got the leg on the hip. So I want to put the back of my calf on his hip here. Okay. So just so we can see what the break looks like here, I'll go ahead and do it a couple times here. You can see that to really generate the amount of energy I need here, I'm really twisting my body towards that back wall. And so in doing so, I kind of expose my back a little bit. But when this person has a really strong grip, we really need that much energy to break the grip here. Okay? If I just kind of push here, there's just not quite enough. And so by turning my body the rest of the way through, really exaggerating that movement, that's what really breaks the grip. So here, open the toes, leg comes to the hip, and I'm pushing this through, but really what's going to end up breaking the grip is turning the body away. So here, open the toes, leg on the hip, turn through. Okay. So at this point, you can see I've given him my back. So to deal with that, as I turn through, I'm going to elbow here and then step through. So here. So when you're doing this move, one thing to keep in mind is that your partner, his hands are going to become kind of stuck in here until the very end. So if he grabs really tight here, it's going to kind of hurt his hands, really. So sometimes it's better for your opponent to not entangle, really wrap his fingers up in the gi here. Otherwise, it can kind of twist and hurt the fingers. So here, elbow, to step through. So a couple times here, somewhat full speed, considering that he doesn't really want to grab me too tight here. Step through.